Hello again and welcome to Uncle Jeff's Easy-Peasy English. I had an email the other day that said, Uncle Jeff, please can we have another quick grammar test? Okay, your wish is my command. Have a look at Uncle Jeff's laptop. Here are 5 sentences. One of them is grammatically correct. The other 4 have errors. Can you find the correct sentence? And can you correct the 4 sentences that have the mistakes? Let's have a look. Number 1. I've been reading an interesting book about Italian mushrooms recently. Number 2. Where have you been yesterday? I couldn't find you. Number 3. I know Simon for 23 years. Number 4. My daughter was cutting her hand today. We had to take her to the hospital. And number 5. Shakespeare has been writing over 20 plays. So one of those sentences is correct. The other 4 have errors. What are they? I'll give you a few seconds to look through and then we'll give you the answers. So let's have a look. Number 1. I've been reading an interesting book about Italian mushrooms recently. What do you think of that one? Does it sound okay? Yes, it does. I've been reading. Present perfect continuous over a period of time. I have been reading. I've been reading an interesting book about Italian mushrooms recently. Maybe I finished. It's up until now, the time of speaking. So it happened before now. I've been reading an interesting book about Italian mushrooms recently. Number 1, a lovely sentence. Number 2, where have you been yesterday? I couldn't find you. What's the problem with that one? If number 1 is correct, number 2 must be wrong. So what's wrong with number 2? Where have you been yesterday? I couldn't find you. We've got present perfect. Where have you been? But yesterday is a definite time in the past. So you can't use present perfect with a definite time in the past. So not where have you been, but where were you? Where were you yesterday? I couldn't find you. Number 3. I know Simon for 23 years. What's the problem with that sentence? I know Simon is present simple. You know him now. But you've got for 23 years. It's a period of time before now. So you have to use present perfect. I have known Simon for 23 years. Have plus the third form of know. Know, knew, known. I have known Simon for 23 years. Number 4. My daughter was cutting her hand today. We had to take her to the hospital. What's the problem there? It's unusual to be cutting your hand over a period of time. Was cutting, past continuous, talking about an action that has duration. You'd be a bit crazy to cut your hand over a period of time. It's one cut, 1 second, done. So, my daughter cut her hand today. My daughter cut her hand today. We had to take her to the hospital. Obligation, there was blood. She didn't feel well. She needed stitches, perhaps. So we took her to the hospital. My daughter cut her hand today. We had to take her to the hospital. It was urgent. And finally, number 5, Shakespeare has been writing over 20 plays. Present perfect continuous. However, Shakespeare is dead. He died a long, long time ago. So you can't use present perfect continuous because that talks about a period up to now. Shakespeare died 100 or more years ago. So Shakespeare wrote over 20 plays. The action is finished. It happened in the past, done and dusted. Shakespeare wrote over 20 plays. So there we are. English grammar, the various tenses, they're easy peasy. Thank you for watching. Tell all your friends, let them improve their English grammar as well. We'll see you next time on Uncle Jeff's Easy Peasy English. Bye-bye for now.